Fire away.
curious because, like, other than myself on the channel, my whole thing is I wanted people of crazy experiences, dark past, who've done fucked up shit, seen fucked up shit to speak out. And that's something I really have a passion about. Those are the best stories, the stories where people step into darkness and they come out on the other side. And yours just has so many angles. And a lot of these are stories I've known for years. A lot of them are news stories. And, as we've discussed, a lot of active developments. And I guess what I've been wondering is the whole time we've been doing this is I've wanted you to heal. I think you and I both knew at the beginning we discussed that, there was a night you were going off a bad path. And I said, Larry, if you make the right decision, then by the end of this, you will know what you need to do and you will heal. But I need you to bear with me. And you fucking
Right.
did that. So I guess the question is, we need a world where more people like you, like me, like other people who've gotten into these situations speak out. So I guess I
Yeah.
want to ask, what are some other ways that you feel these 7 episodes have helped you out? And what would your message be to people like you, people like me, or maybe even people worse who've done even more horrendous things to get them to speak the fuck up and to step up and to try and change the course of things and break this circle?
Easiest way to answer that is question is I'm not afraid of myself. Okay. I was afraid of myself. And I've never been afraid in my life uh up until they took my eye. Uh was I ever in a position to where I feared anything. I feared no man. I feared nothing. I feared no goddamn thing. Unless I saw some other motherfucker that was possessed by a lifelong aspect of what's going on and he's off key and I'll get that vibe. Yeah. Yeah. Good night. Thank you for everything you do. Drive safe. Joe's caregiver. She's so sweet. Uh, yeah. So, um, yeah, that's how I answer that. Uh, I no longer fear myself. I no longer fear what those can do to me. I've been dead. Uh, I don't fear death. I don't welcome it. I'm not done. Not everybody's safe. However, one of these days I won't wake up and God will have calling me home, but it won't be me getting shot on my porch. It won't be me cutting my fucking head off. It won't be anything like that. It'll be a peaceful transition, and it'll be my time, and I'll accept it, and we'll go from there. And hopefully, then I can uh, move on to another life, to another aspect, helping or just a celebration of heaven and an afterlife that I can say that I did my best here. I let it fall. I let it slip through the cracks for quite some time. But when the chips were down, when it mattered the most, uh, name one other person that would kill themselves or allow themselves a tragedy to help three others and not be involved in it. Who would make that sacrifice? Do you personally know anybody that would do that outside of me?
There's not
And I'm
many.
asking you that question honestly. Do you?
No,
No, there's not many. They are
it's a
out
rare thing.
there. There's heroes out there. There's heroes out there. Am I a hero? No, no, I'm a husk. I walk in the bottom so you can walk in the top, so I can keep your feet from being burned. Okay, I was put here to help others by God. God chose me. He chose my soul to step up and to do the right thing. My existence has been known, and I'm, according to them, an integral player in this aspect of surviving this. And this has been predicted for generations in my family. Okay. So the black masses that came and decided whether my father was going to live or die when he had 107 fever said, "This is Larry's father. He needs to live to to become his father because Larry's integral in their continuation as a species. If he's not there, it doesn't happen. And essentially what they're saying, right? Does that mean I'm the most important man in the world? No, I'm one little piece of a fucking cog of a machine that needs every fucking cog. And you guys are the rest of the cogs. So get off your ass and do what you're supposed to do. You're slacking behind. I can't do it all myself. Pick up the fucking pieces, people. Do your jobs. Do the right thing. Get out there, fucking make it a better place. Instead of spending $5 on fucking some bullshit, feed somebody.
Cigarettes.
Yeah. Yeah. Why would you pay $10 a pack to kill yourself when you can take that same $10 and feed a family? You know? So I know it's a weakness and it's a thing, but don't stop me till I'm lying.
Akira. A lot of people say, I just want to they're kind of dabbling in the idea of improving themselves. And the real way to do it is you got to write down what the fuck you want and then go after it. You're in the part of the movie that starts and it shows you as a fucking loser. Just decide not to be a loser anymore.
Just decide not to be a loser anymore.
Okay. Live your life like there's a documentary crew following you around and you are analyzing your own behavior. Do what you would want to do so that your kids one day would look back at it and see that documentary and look on it with pride, like, wow, my dad was a bad motherfucker. My dad was a bad motherfucker. He really did what he had to do. Wow, my mom really got her shit together. Those are my favorite stories. I love a success story, but even more than a success story, I like a dude who fucks his life up and then gets it back together again story. Those are my favorite stories. Those are my favorite stories. Like, wow, my dad was a bad motherfucker. Those are my favorite stories. I love a success story, but even more than a success story, I like a dude who fucks his life up and then gets it back together again story. And the way to do that, you gotta write shit down. You gotta think that you are the hero in your own fucking movie, and then you gotta sit down and you gotta write shit down. Write down what you need to do.
Most people play the role of the victim in the movie.
Sure, yeah, this life is fucking me over, man. I could have had this and I should have had that. And why does this guy get that? And why does that guy get this? And all things that are completely unrelated to you. All things that you find other people's success is a downfall in your own existence. Instead of being inspired and choosing to be positive, trying to achieve whatever the fuck you have written down, you just sit around and spiral. Those are my favorite stories. Those are my favorite stories. Like, wow, my dad was a bad motherfucker. Those are my favorite stories. I love a success story, but even more than a success story, I like a dude who fucks his life up and then gets it back together again story. There's nothing more miserable than sitting around someone who's fucking complaining all the time. It is one of the most annoying things ever. Everybody hates it. When someone just sits around and they complain about their life and they don't do jack shit about it. And you tiptoe around it, you don't know what to say. Well, she gets upset when you bring that up. I don't want to bring that up. And you want to go, you fucking crazy bitch, you know what's wrong with your life. Stop announcing it to everybody else and go out and fix that shit. Fix that shit. Fix that shit. Bitch, you know what's wrong with your life. Stop announcing it to everybody else and go out and fix that shit. My dad was a bad motherfucker. He really did what he had to do. Wow, my mom really got her shit together. Those are my favorite stories. I love a success story, but even more than a success story, I like a dude who fucks his life up and then gets it back together again story. Those are my favorite stories. Those are my favorite stories. Like, wow, my dad was a bad motherfucker. Those are my favorite stories. I love a success story, but even more than a success story, I like a dude who fucks his life up and then gets it back together again story.